What part of being an adult were you absolutely not prepared for? Planning out a week's worth of meals before going to the grocery store and then not wanting to eat the meal I planned but doing it anyway. Interviewing for jobs that I don't really want. Still thinking my parents are adults but I'm not. Realizing that time does in fact fly by. The fact that my progress in life, emotional, mental and physical, is completely and wholly my responsibility. No one really pushes you to do the right thing, it's ridiculously daunting. There's always something you have to do. Like even when relaxing there's things you really should be doing. Tons of things. But the one thing I never heard anyone else say, maybe they really don't have it or just don't want to say, is having to figure out how to bolster yourself, inspire yourself and reward yourself. As kids, we get parents, teachers, etc. who, hopefully, encourage us, praise us for achievements, celebrate with us. You grow up and half the time your declaration of "Hey, I did a good job with whatever" is met with an eye roll or variations of "Oh, did you want a cookie?" I try to celebrate things, and if I hear something good, no matter how insignificant it might seem to most people, has happened for someone else, I congratulate them or cheer them on. It just sucks that I don't know more people who react the same way. Probably that fact that I still feel like a kid. Definitely don't have the sense of wisdom and maturity I expected. The first time I got an ear infection so bad that it gave me vertigo. I made it to the bathroom before I threw up but missed the toilet. And I couldn't just crawl back into bed and sleep it off. I had to clean it up first. Because there was nobody there to clean it up for me. Not having someone to help you when you're sick really sucks. Burying dad. Had to take charge but had mom and brother to take the strain and share the process. Burying mom. On my own. No family to help. Going through all mom's belongings. And realizing that I'm the only one left that these trinkets mean anything to. That they'll end up in a bin when I'm gone. Realizing I'm an orphan. On my own in my adopted country. EDA. A day later. I'm amazed at how many people took the time to reach out. I know we're never truly alone. But so many stories. Offers of friendship or help. What an amazing community spirit. Heartfelt thanks to all of you who responded. Knowing as I get older so are my parents. I'm barely 23 and I can't imagine losing my parents. How tired I would be. All the time. Laundry. The chore that is literally never finished. Having my back hurt all the time, dude, I sound like a glow stick. Having my wife, best friend, partner, other half, die at 47. Leaving me alone to continue on. Not having other adult friends, or even potential adult friends close at hand. When you're a kid, friends, or even potential friends, are almost always close. Close by proximity. Close by in the same class. Close by at the same stop. Close by at the same swim meet. When you're an adult, you're more closed off. By your commute. By the train. By the bus. By the preschool schedule. By the 5 hours a week that you close yourself off from the ones that actually matter the most to you so that you can in turn support the ones that matter the most to you, so you close yourself off from the ones that actually matter the most to you so that you can in turn support the ones that actually matter the most to you. Everything. I mean it. All of it. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. Anything finance related. Bills. Interest. Loans. Credit cards. I didn't understand most of it. Nor did I take it seriously. The strong visceral wish for my parents to take care of me when I'm really sick or really sad. Not to the extent that I do anything about it. But how much I ache for that memory of how well they always cared for me when I lived with them. I had a terrible cold a few weeks ago and my spouse and kid were terrific. And friends and co-workers all kind and helpful. But I just kept thinking. If only mom or dad could cover me with a blanket and bring me soup and tell me not to worry about adulting for a while. I'm lucky that they are both alive and still love to nurture me the best they can from a distance and as much as is appropriate for a 37-year-old, smiley face. Being in charge of all my meals. I gained 40 pounds within like 6 months. Having a job I don't like but can't quit because it pays well and wouldn't be able to get the schedule and paid leave anywhere else. I always assumed all grown-ups had jobs they loved. Found out what they wanted to be and lived happily ever after. Being alone. If you don't have someone by the time you're in your late 20s, you will find yourself alone a lot. I'm 27 and rarely have someone to do stuff with. The loss. Everything goes. You lose friends, family, time. Hobbies fall away and things that once brought joy now take up space or gets broken and has to be disposed of. Losing your sense of self. Losing sight of what you thought your life would be. Just loss. My dog died on my birthday. In the hallway. In front of my 11-year-old daughter's room. Husband was out of town working. Dog weighed 80 pounds. Absolutely more than I am capable lifting. I sat on the floor in the hallway, crying, wishing I still had parents to call. How fast time goes. Realizing that you don't have as much in common as those that are younger than you. I figured that at some point I'd actually feel like an adult. But I still feel like a 19-year-old who's just faking the funk. Also, sleeping wrong is a thing now. Didn't see that one coming. The endless expenses. Surprise expenses. 2. Like the steering of my car suddenly conking out. Or my bed randomly breaking. Or my car catching fire. Or my dressing table stool leg falling off. Or someone reversing into my car and fleeing. All happened. My car is cursed. Also just the general hardships of life. Falling into the routine of eat, sleep, work, repeat. The fact it feels like I was 17 yesterday and now I'm 27. The ever-marching loom of time as we plod ever closer to death. So, lots of really happy, fun things. Generally. Initially I wasn't prepared for being the driver in a world full of shitty drivers. I'd always been the passenger. Some form of metaphor there. I think. Disappointment. When I was younger, I didn't care as much about others and why they were the way they were and how it affected me. Now I'm disappointed by nearly everything. That I'm not as successful as I'd like to be. That I don't have many friends. That the friends I do have aren't that great. That I've been forcibly separated from the person that makes me happiest. Life is disappointing. Too much responsibility. I feel scared to be honest. I feel scared to be the leader. I always looked up to my parents and trusted them with all their decisions. I don't want to believe that someday I will be more capable than them. And that I'll have to be the one to be the leader. Realizing my decisions, actions, and opinions directly impact this small person I made. It's terrifying. The fact that very few people actually end up doing what they like for a living. That most of our childhood dreams are more dreams now than ever and that doing your best isn't always enough to achieve them. Knowing that mom isn't very happy with how her life turned out. That dad also feels the same. That I'm not studying what I love and will be doing something else. I don't know how to deal with this pattern. Getting cheated on. May not happen to everyone, but this is part of being an adult. You deal with it. You learn from it and you move on. The way your body seriously begins to break down. Every morning. It's something new. And being exhausted all the time. There are a lot of sad comments here. And rightfully so. Aging sucks, but I've got a slightly happier one, I think. How much I love my daughter. Growing up I always thought kids would be cool one day. Have a little me. Awesome. But when my wife wanted to have a kid, she had to work on me for a while. I wasn't ready. I'm still not. But every day, coming home from work to her cute toothy grin, hearing her shout daddy and come running, can't get enough. Even tonight, when she got too tired and wouldn't eat all her dinner. Then screamed at me she didn't want to talk to me. She's almost 3. It was rough. Hurt like a mother. But I walked her to the tub, bathed her, and let her scream and yell and cry at me because that girl needs to know that it doesn't matter what she does. She can't push me away. I'm always going to love her and always going to be her dad. No one could have prepared me for that. No one could have prepared me for just how much I love her.